Haven't you noticed that there's been a lot of creepy female teachers lately in the news and on social media? Well, today's video we're going to be watching is called The Creepy Female Teacher Epidemic. This is a video by Shoe on Head. Link to her original video down in the description below. We are huge fans of Shoe on Head here on this channel. We love our Shoe on Head content. But if you like our conversations and discussions here on this channel, consider subscribing and dropping a like for the YouTube gods. But more importantly, get your keyboards ready because I want to see y'all in the comments with any questions or comments or anything you got on your mind because I read them all. Trust me. Let's get into it.
Hello and welcome back to hell. Satan couldn't be here today, so I am filling in.
Classic.
A few months ago, I made a video about the creator of the Netflix show 12 Forever and her lust for 14-year-old boys. Guess who was in line to go on the Sizzler with us? This beautiful, androgynous, long black-haired, emo 14-year-old boy wearing tight black pants and a black t-shirt with the name of some band that probably sucks, and his lip-injected fake red-haired mother who looked like a washed-up rock star. Tony was nice enough to follow this poor boy around the small carnival with me as I tried to sneak photos.
Somebody call now.
This is actually really creepy. Like if this was a grown man doing this, wouldn't we like call the police or something?
Oh God, if only his mom hadn't been there. Fuck, this was the best day ever. Why am I so creepy? Hashtag awful. Hashtag pedophile.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's like
But I had to take the
the
video down because there was some misinformation in it. She actually was not fired. So I had to take the whole video down. That was the misinformation part. Now in the
Isn't it crazy when people use semantics to get out of that? To get out of the allegations? I don't know, I should be laughing, but that's just kind of annoying.
comments of that video, and a quick reminder, I am always reading the comments. I'm always there, screen capping and saving the weird shit you say. I see all. I'm watching you.
Hey, aren't you glad you guys I don't do that? Because I see the weird shit y'all be telling me. Hey, YouTube has been really strict on the comments lately, so I haven't been able to catch some of the ones that people put. But there's very rare cases where I'll get the notification of the comment, and when I click it and I go to see it, I'm like, oh my God, someone really just said some crazy shit online. And then I'll like try to make it public, but then YouTube takes it down. So it's like, there's so many comments, you guys. Not everybody, but there is a lot of psychopaths out there. That's all I gotta say. Some actual Looney Tune people out there.
I found this cursed comment. I'm gonna have to go against the grain here and say what she did was cute and completely harmless. This excessive obsession with hunting down pedophiles has become completely absurd in recent years, especially when it comes to female-on-male pedophilia, which honestly isn't a big deal 99% of the time. I still remember my friend and I asking these older college girls in their early 20s to give us a ride to the local pool, which was about a mile away, when we were 14. They said sure and let us get in the car. After we were in, they both turned around in their car seats and said, "You know that we're child predators, right?" And me and my friend both looked at each other and said, "Sounds good to me," in unison, which they laughed. Teenage boys want to get molested and by older girls. Believe me. So let's get this out of the way. I doubt that happened. And second of all, what? Could you imagine someone saying teenage girls want to be molested and by older men? Believe me.
Yeah, I was about to say, do people really go around just like wondering like this, like thinking like this? Sorry, my eyes are itchy because I got allergies right now. But why are we allowing people like this on the internet? That's my concern, really. Like, why are we there's the whole joke of why did we close the asylums? Maybe we need to bring it back. because that is crazy. Now, if they're saying it to be funny and like ironic, that's kind of funny, I guess. But yeah, there's, you know what? Actually, I'm not surprised because there's actually huge right now at the year 2025. There's a lot of people who are hijacking the feminist movement to be pro-trans, but also pro. What is the term? Someone in the comments can let me know. It's not, they're basically pedophiles, but they're rebranding themselves as like, I don't remember what the fucking terminology is. Someone can let me know in the comments down below. But basically, they're using the feminist movement to normalize being pedophiles, alongside like other trends that are going on right now. So I'm not surprised. But what's weird is like, well, it's weird, but it's not, and it's not surprising, but it's just still weird that people are so openly like this that it's like, yo, you understand that what you're doing and saying is like a crime.
Yeah, a little weird. And it's weird that you even have to switch it for it to sound weird. Today we are going to be discussing the creepy double standard when it comes to female predators. How one of them is played off as a joke and a fantasy, and the other is rightfully condemned and shamed. South Park famously did an amazing episode about this. Kyle's little baby brother was like dating his kindergarten teacher, and like nobody cared. Even the police were like,
Nice. Nice. Nice.
you always see articles like, teacher has sex with male student, teacher sleeps with male student. Has sex with and sleeps are really funny ways to spell rape. And they almost always show like really hot photos of the teacher. Like sometimes they even show them in like their bikinis. Could you imagine an article like this? There is an epidemic, grown-ass teachers molesting and raping young boys. So we are going to take a look at some of these stories.
And what's crazy is like, now, is it, okay, let me preface this. This is the question. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. It's crazy because it's becoming more and more common for teachers and adult women to prey on kids and boys, but I don't know if it's more common or it just becomes more in our faces because of like something like TikTok. Does that make sense? Like, has this always been an issue, but we've never really seen it because we never had social media to this extent with kids and teenagers? Or is it just now getting to the point where it's getting really, really bad? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like, this is just my opinion, I feel like it was never really that bad, right? When I was at least a teenager and in school. That's just my opinion. But maybe it was as bad. It's just we didn't have social media to make it obvious. But also, like, women on TikTok fucking are shameless about this shit. It's kind of gross.
Stories together. Brittany Zamora was bored, she allegedly told her class. The Arizona teacher, then just 27, had only joined the Goodyear school as a 6th grade teacher the year before. It was there, according to documents, that Zamora and the 13-year-old boy known as John Doe first connected. I'm bored, Zamora allegedly told the boy. I don't know about you, but when I'm bored, I like to watch movies, I like to go on Twitter. Brittany Zamora, she likes to molest 13-year-old boys. We all have our hobbies. Zamora became more aggressive in her interactions with the 13-year-old. She openly
Again, 13-year-old. This is illegal. This is not normal.
flirted with John Doe during recess, according to multiple students. Recess! This boy has recess still! Okay, we have to get through this because there are so many articles like this. The first alleged
And I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm actually kind of getting like whiplash.
full-on sexual
I'm getting
encounter
whiplash.
between Zamora and John Doe
Nah,
took
my eyes are
place
itchy.
just after
Holy fuck,
Valentine's
my
Day.
allergies
While the
are
boy
crazy.
was staying at his grandparents' house, Zamora allegedly drove over in the middle of the night and the boy snuck out to meet her in her car. She allegedly returned the following night and they had sex. She said she wanted to give me a blowjob and my stuff was really big and stuff like that. When the interviewer asked to clarify what stuff meant, he whispered, penis. These are children! That is a thing a child would say! So he told a friend, because of course he told a friend. He's a
What I was gonna say is, imagine being married to a person like this. Fellas, imagine you have a wife who's a teacher, does this, and you gotta live with the fact that your wife chose children over you. You have to live with that. Not she's gonna be in jail, but you gotta live with the embarrassment. You say your wife did that. Not me. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. It's you that have to live with that shame. Never forget it.
a 13-year-old boy. He's gonna be like, dude, I totally hit that. And then his friend said this. It's like weird how a 27-year-old can like love a 13-year-old and do stuff. It's just crazy. They can like love each other and they don't love each other, sweetie. And then the friend said, she's not a good person. His mom then noticed that he was acting quiet, and he eventually came out to his parents, and his dad said this to the teacher. You're a child molester. Do you understand me? Based dad. Why do you say that? Zamora answered.
Why do you say that?
What?
Nah, it's women empowerment. Boys, ladies, gentlemen. Nah, this is true feminism. We gotta allow them to do whatever they want with their bodies, right? That's the whole message. What the fuck is going on in this country?
At one point, Zamora's husband got on the phone. She has a husband.
Oh
Imagine
my God.
being the husband in this scenario. Like, it's one.
You gotta be. We just talked about that. I would. Hey, you know what? If that happened to me, I'd probably self-delete in Minecraft. I would self-delete myself in a video game. If that was me, if my wife did that, I would probably self-delete just because of how embarrassed. Like, even though you didn't do anything wrong, it just ruins you as a man. Like, that your wife chose kids over you. Crazy. I would, yeah, I would jump off a mountain in Minecraft and never be seen again in Minecraft. That's what I would do.
One thing to find out your wife is having an affair with somebody like around her age. It's another thing to find out your wife is having an affair with a child. This is what he said. You ready for this cucked shit? Brittany has been a great teacher for a long time. 5 years. She's done so much for so many students. Yeah, I'm sure she has. She made a huge mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. I've driven through a stop sign. I've made many typos. 2014. Just the whole year. Video recorded at the time shows Zamora sobbing as she tells police that she's worried about what might happen to her in jail.
Fuck that husband. You know what? That husband deserves the shame for trying to be a cuck. Not that I'm not trying to shame people, their fetishes and stuff. But if you're gonna come out like a cuck, like if you're gonna pull an iDubbbz and take your wife's last name and defend your wife's boyfriend, and kind of embarrass yourself like this guy did, okay? You should be shamed every day for the rest of your life in a video game.
I'm little, she said. They're gonna tear me apart. Wow, it's almost like you're small and vulnerable. Like a child.
Like a child.
I can't with this bitch. So as time went on, the kid started getting depressed. He started to express different emotions. He's sad and he slept all day. It's starting to hit him, the reality of what actually happened. Mm-hmm. So at first, this kid was probably like, nice, yes. The reality of being a literal victim, as always with these cases, as you'll see as we go on, always catches up to them in the worst ways.
Yep.
Texas teacher had sex with her 8th grade English student on an almost daily basis, police say.
Look at that Golden State Warriors shirt. Man, almost as if a fan base is really well known for something down there. Golden State. Sorry, I'm a Spurs fan, so I like shitting on these people. Anyway,
Alexandria M. Vera, an English 8th grade teacher at Stovall Middle School in Houston, told police...
I know where that is. That's so weird. I've been to Houston a lot, and I've had family that lived in Houston. Houston is an armpit, literally.
In April, that the relationship she had with one of her students started through messages on Instagram and had evolved into a great love.
She stated that
she and the boy had sex on almost a daily basis at her home, and they love each other. Lawson did not classify Vera as a traditional pedophile, but believes she was truly in love with the student. So she's a map. We got a map on her hand. In January, Vera said she discovered the boy had gotten her pregnant. When the couple told the boy's family, according to the teacher, they were ecstatic and supportive.
That's some Mexican shit. Can I be honest? That is some... I love my people and I love my heritage, but if they're ecstatic and supportive, either they're excited for the lawsuit that is about to happen with the school, or they're celebrating because they're like, yes, now my son can go work a regular job at whatever age, because that's what they do in Mexico. So, am I the only one that kind of feels like that's true? Fuck, I hate these people.
8th grade.
Yeah.
8th grade. Former teacher accused of having sex with Florida 8th grader. The 8th grade student told detectives that she would send him nude photos and would go to his home at night, picking him up at about 11 p.m. and bringing him back hours later. And all of these like grown-ass women like picking up these little boys. Like, this kid can't even drive yet. Doesn't that like send off some kind of like signal in your mind that this is wrong? They can't even drive. Detectives said the teen told them that Peterson asked him not to tell anyone about their relationship or they would get into trouble. The teen also said that Peterson brought him marijuana and bowls for smoking it. He said that his grades suffered after the relationship started.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Wait, so they're gonna bang and she's not even gonna give him better grades? Isn't
that
like
true?
A thing? Like, oh, I'll give
True.
you an A.
Actually, yeah. The fuck? Now this kid's gonna live with trauma and they don't even get good grades out of it? Like, what the fuck is this?
These pedos, man. An 8th grade instructor in Philadelphia has been charged with having sexual intercourse with a young student on more than 10 occasions. Sexual intercourse. The special education teacher had sex with her 14-year-old student several times at her home and in her car, the district attorney's office said. The encounters, which prosecutors say were consensual,
I'm sorry, my eyes are so itchy, but also I can't with these people. I really can't. I absolutely cannot do that. I'm so tired of these.
With somebody like around her age, but he scoops in the morning. I can't with this bitch. So as
why did my
about 11 p.m. and brings like said the teen told them these pedos, man, student on more than 14-year-old student several times at her home and in her car, the district attorney's office said. The encounters, which prosecutors say were consensual, prep school coach admits pressuring teen boy for sex. A former swim coach at Malvern Prep.
Yeah, like all these should be like an actual like charge, not, oh, we just had sex. No, this is actually insane. This is actually insane. And the fact that it's the news reporting it this way, right? If you were to ask a regular person, they'll be like, no, that's literally a crime what they're doing. But it's the news that's reporting this way. So you're sitting there telling me that the news, the journalists are the experts, but they're the ones creating this narrative of making it seem like it's not a big deal. Do you understand the issue here? We're sitting here like normal people seeing that this is a literal actual crime and something that should not in any way be encouraged. But then these news journalists, these experts, the people that we're just supposed to believe no matter what, are creating this narrative consistently that this is in some way okay. That's crazy. Isn't that wild? Haven't we? Did you not notice? Did any of us notice that? That's crazy.
Pleaded guilty on Monday to pressuring a 16-year-old into a sexual relationship. Prosecutors say that Finney told the boy she would get him into Harvard in exchange for sex. Finney had been sending him inappropriate emails and text messages since 2014, when he was 16 years old. At one point, Finney kissed the boy, investigators say. The messages included a topless photo and other pictures of herself in various stages of undress. She also allegedly sent such messages as, "I adore you, always have, always will. If you ever cared about me, please don't shut me out, it's too painful." The victim told investigators he repeatedly told Finney to stop, saying, "I'm not interested in you. End of story. I'm 16. I'm not into you."
That's crazy. What is this? When did the movie 50 Shades of Grey come out? Did this happen around then?
Absolute Chad. Despite the teen's rejections, Finney continued her pursuit. Thirsty bitch. Telling him she could use her connections to get the teen into Harvard. In another message, Finney allegedly said, "If you'd just stop fighting and let it happen, you'd be a lot less uptight and much happier."
I don't know if she's going to say this, so I'm going to say it. Imagine if we switch the roles. Imagine we switch the roles here. If it was a dude saying that to a girl.
Alleged sex victim of teacher assistant. She bought me things. Teen who was the alleged sex victim of a former Wake County teacher assistant told ABC Tuesday that she manipulated him. She would buy me clothes, give me cash, just all sorts of things.
These journalists should be in jail. I'm just going to say it. These people should be in jail writing these articles. It's very clear that these journalists are very, very fond in pushing a very negative and evil narrative, and acceptance almost of these crimes. Isn't this kind of crazy? This is really disappointing. Why isn't we should get the names of every single one of these people and they should all go to jail for trying to normalize this shit. That's insane, dude. That's actually really insane.
Things. The next thing I know, like, one thing led to another, and I told her, like, before everything started, I'm like, "You know I should wait till I'm 18. And she was like, "No, that's alright. Don't nobody have to know about it." The teen said he was too young to fully understand what was happening. "I was 16 at the time. Who's not going to think that's cool? Oh, I'm sleeping with my teacher. I'm in high school. Who's not gonna think that's cool?" But, like, really, at the end of the day, it's really not, because now that I think about it, I realize I see the light, and she's a really sick individual. Former teacher pleads guilty to molesting a 14-year-old girl. So now that it's a female teacher molesting a female student, suddenly the headline is molesting. Former Southern...
Isn't it ironic? Isn't it crazy how that works? Man, it's almost as if, you know what? Hey, you know what, guys, slow down. Modern feminism, guys, slow down. It's actually, you know what? Actually, the women teachers that are doing these literal crimes, no, it's actually technically empowering them because they're using their body, their choice to do, you know, whatever. And if you say paint them in a negative light, you're actually anti-woman. Did you know that? Because it's their body, their choice, guys. Guys, look, no. You're a fascist and you're a racist for saying that this is a crime. Actually, no. Actually, you know what? You're the criminal for saying that what these teachers are doing are crimes because you're not understanding. It's her body, her choice, guys. Guys. You don't understand. You don't understand. It's actually your fault, right? It's not. Yeah. It's a crime, but you know, it's liberating. It's liberating. You don't understand it. You just don't understand because you're a guy.
California teacher pleaded guilty to child molestation. The criminal case is closed, but the victims mother wants answers from the school district. Under the plea agreement, Zellinger will have to register as a sex offender, attend classes for sex offenders, and is required to spend 120 days behind bars that will occur on weekends. Parents outraged over light sentence for Louisiana substitute teacher who had sex with students. Parents are outraged after a substitute teacher charged with having sex with their children gets a plea deal. The woman won't serve jail time or register as a sex offender. That means there's legally nothing from keeping her from teaching again. She was 30, they were 16 and 15, and she gets no jail time, and she doesn't have to register as a sex offender. Hell world.
So she literally got away with it. Isn't that crazy?
Teacher who drunkenly had sex with students and claims she didn't remember it avoids jail time. Since when is that an excuse? Florida teacher accused of having sex with teen.
You can't see the name of the guy that wrote the article. Let me move my camera real quick. Kenneth Garger wrote a great article normalizing this behavior. Fantastic.
Several hundred times. Florida special education teacher. It's already gross that these women are taking advantage of their powerful position and preying on vulnerable kids. But there's something even grosser about the fact that a few of these teachers have been special education teachers. That's like an even greater power dynamic added. Also, I shouldn't be shocked, but why are there so many Florida cases? Why is Florida the way that it is?
Because Flo Rida
was his first and only sexual partner, and he believed himself to be in love with her. This is sad. She allegedly gifted the teen with an iPhone, necklace, bracelet, and other items during the relationship. So there's obviously a pattern here. They bribe these children with like promises of good grades, of Harvard. They give them gifts. Orlando karate teacher.
Basically, if you don't know what they're trying to do, they're basically buying their silence. They're buying their loyalty. This is how they groom these kids.
Teacher sent nude photos to 11-year-old boy in her class. The boy's mother opened his Kik social messaging app on his phone last week and found Figueroa's sick messages to him, according to a police report. "I want to have sex with you," she told him in one message, inviting him to her 21st birthday party. "Okay, I don't care," the boy replied.
Good.
Look at this one. Little Miss Twisted. Female teacher 37 admits to having her 14-year-old pupil's baby. I think I've said this before, but I've been to my own fan meetups. I know what 14-year-old girls and boys are like. Your babies, your fetuses. I will protect you from the pedos. So one of the things people kind of jokingly bring up often is like, oh, some of these women are so attractive. Why are they going after kids? The power. They're not going after these kids because they're like in love with them or something.
Nah.
They're going after them because they can. There's a massive power imbalance. That's why the whole like schoolgirl, school teacher thing is such a common role play. So what is the internet's reaction to these stories? Well, exactly what you would expect.
Worse.
Married teacher who gave student 14 oral sex is allowed back into the classroom after avoiding jail. We need to track this boy down and give him luckiest boy in America badge. She should get a medal for making that boy's decade. Here come the lucky lad comments.
Every single one of these people, I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to say it. The fucking losers. Fucking creeps. Fucking... You know what's funny? A lot of the people commenting this stuff, there are people that, hey, they get no play in real life. So their fantasies is, they'll justify anything if it makes them feel like, you know, oh, you know, right on. Like, fuck these dudes. Fucking creeps.
If it was a male teacher, people would want him castrated. It's wrong no matter the gender.
I mean,
always
amen.
Such a breath of fresh air to
Amen.
see normal
Thank you.
people on this hell site. Boys and girls, it's different rules. Don't be a pussy.
What?
And now I want to die again. And the problem is the pedophilia. That was one lucky 14-year-old.
Look at these pictures. Look at this person. Also, crazy this guy uses his name.
I hope the 14-year-old is okay. It must have been a traumatic experience.
Look at this. Look at these soy boy, man. These soy guys.
So
Come on.
everyone's just incredibly horny online. and they project their fantasies onto
Exactly.
these cases. You don't understand what it's like to be a teenage
That's exactly what that's what I meant. They project their fantasies because they get no play in real life. That's why.
boy. Do you think teenage girls aren't hormonal? Do you think teenage girls aren't attracted to older men or teachers? But this ongoing thing of like, the pedophile was hot, so it's okay. God, when I was like 8 years old, all my friends were like super into the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I thought they were super hot. That doesn't make it okay for the adult to prey on the child.
Exactly.
You are literally making the children can consent argument that creeps like this have made.
I feel that only at around the age of 4 are children perhaps able to consent to sexual acts. And
I know that it's funny to be like, nice, cool, like I'm not dictating that you can't joke, but this kind of attitude is what makes it so easy for these women to get away with shit like this. That's why all these articles say, had sex, sleeps with, and the only one that didn't word it like that was when the victim was a girl. Because of this attitude, it's rare that these predators ever get caught. It's rare for a young boy to speak out when this is happening to them. There's a lot of, I'm supposed to like this, right? This is cool, right? My friends will.
It's just truly sad and evil that we live in a society that allows this to thrive. And these journalists are the ones also pushing this narrative, and we're just supposed to eat it up like it's normal. Nah, this is sick. This is all sick.
Think this is cool. I shouldn't say anything because people will think I'm gay or a pussy. Oh shit, she's pregnant. I'm a 13-year-old dad now. I've actually talked to a few male victims, like this one, just on my Twitter alone. I know from personal experience the mental and emotional damage this can cause. To this day, I have extreme difficulty forming any sort of relationship with women. I both fear and crave intimate connection, and it has killed my self-esteem. But I've been seeing therapists for a number of years, and I'm learning to move forward. It's a slow process undoing the damage and not living in the past. I refuse to blame anyone for my issues, but understanding my past helps fix my future. People who abuse children, regardless of gender, are sick in the head and are causing damage that, in many cases, is irreparable. I've attempted suicide 7 times in my life, and I'm positive the destruction of my childhood is the root cause of my suicidal self-loathing. But yeah, dude, where was she when I was a kid, am I right? Female offenders should be taken just as seriously as male offenders. So that was my TED Talk. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe. Also, if you want, you can donate to my Patreon and get access to my Discord server.
Discord kittens. I'm getting so pissed off. These last couple videos have been really putting in the work on my body and my mind and my soul. Why are people so bad? Why are they so evil? And why is it your fault? You who made it to the end of this video. I'm kidding. Actually, thank you for coming to the end of this video. If anything, it's not your fault. Okay? But I just want us to start having the real conversation of why things are just the way they are, in the hopes that maybe these things shouldn't be. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Am I overreacting? Are you overreacting? Are we just all supposed to be like, yeah, nice. It's it's her body, guys. It's liberating. It's sexual liberation, guys. Don't worry. I hate it here, but I love you guys. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you actually by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.